What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate it. You know, I like this because when I say, what's up, everybody, the people next to me, they smile. It's like the part of the game. Like, what's up, everybody? We all love that, don't you? Okay. Like I said to you the other day, I want you, by the time you watch this video, you know, when they say, what's up, everybody? And there's a pick up my coffee. And people are clapping, and you should clap your hand too, because your little boy right there should know that, oh, daddy's watching that What's Up, Everybody show. Right? Great. Beautiful stuff. So we're in Nigeria. Let's keep it serious right now. You know, when you talk about Nigeria, you gotta be rough. It's Nigeria. They're the giants. The giant can take punches in the face. All right, let's go. So Vladimir Putin is very friendly with Nigeria right now. He's offering scholarship for a lot of Nigerian students. So after the immigration restriction, I mean, why wouldn't you want it? You don't go to Europe. Nobody wants Nigerians in Europe. They don't want you in America. They don't want you in the UK. You know, even though Nigeria was colonized by the British, they're not very easily admitted in Britain. They don't give them visas. It's very difficult to get visas as a Nigerian citizen to the UK. That's why a lot of Nigerians will travel to Uganda, marry a Ugandan girl, and perhaps get a Ugandan passport and apply. And get a visa as in Uganda, which is much easier as in Uganda, or to a South African. That's one of the reasons why they fight with South Africa. Anyway, so Nigeria, since there's difficulties right now, Russia said you can come here. Okay, you don't have to go to Europe or America. You can come here. We like you. It's cold, but it's still nice. We have all the stuff that you like. Now, they say restrictions in Europe and America. Russian ambassador to Nigeria, Andrei Podolyev, yesterday unveiled his country's plan to increase the number of Africans and Nigerian students studying in Russian university as part of a broader educational diplomatic engagement strategy. Congratulations. Be my coffee. Yeah. I mean, Europeans don't like you, at least the Russians want you, so that's fine. I mean, Russians are very tough. They don't play. They're not like other Europeans, right? They don't just laugh for that. They don't laugh. Russians don't laugh, okay? They're very cold. You will be clever with Europeans. You will not be that clever with the Russians. Let's continue. Now, they're offering scholarship to Nigerians. I think that's beautiful, isn't it? Scholarship means they're going to look after you financially to your studies, and also they're going to provide you accommodation for free and transportation. How about that? Okay, so the accommodation and transportation was supposed to be part of Nigerians' government's duty. Congratulations, be a coffee. Yeah. So the Russian government has provided so far 220 scholarships to Nigerian students, my brother. 220. So you can actually go to Russia and get an education. And that's beautiful. I know it's going to be difficult because a lot of people here just are slave of their colonizers. Did you know that Africans just love their colonizers? I mean, if you look at the countries that were colonized by France, you will see something very interesting. Like all these countries, Côte d'Ivoire, Congo-Brazzaville, Senegal, and all these other countries, they love going to France. So as soon as they get some money, they become middle class. The first thing they want to do, it's like a proof of, I have arrived, I have succeeded in life. They will, you know, get a flight, an expensive one, all the way to France. Go to Paris next to that big, whatever you call that thing, Eiffel Tower, and take a picture, a selfie. You know, it's like I've arrived. It's like Mecca. It's absolutely insane. And this is not limited to French-speaking people, because the British colonies as well, Nigeria, Uganda, Kenya, they all dream about Britain. They all want to go to London. When they come back with an accent. Give me some more. I want some ba'a in my brain. If you don't give them wa'a or ba'a, it's crazy, you know. Some of them leave for 1 week and they come back with wa'a, ba'a accent. Anyway, now get back on track. What? What? They're laughing at my wa'a, ba'a joke. Crazy. Let's continue. Now, we have an issue in Nigeria with this problem. You see, that's a problem with Nigeria. Even when things work well, or seem to be working well, there's always a problem. Due to recent changes in Nigeria government policy, which altered funding for transportation and accommodation under scholarship programs. Yes, so Nigeria has altered the funding of accommodation and transportation for their own people. This is crazy. This is the giant of Africa. You see how they drop their own people. Then when people mistreat Nigerians, they're like, well, why are you? I mean, how is your own government treating you? Anyway, let's get back to this. Now, the government changed in policy. They altered funding for transportation and accommodation under the scholarship programs with Russia. Russia has introduced a separate grant system, meaning Russia is going to sponsor these people's accommodation and transportation. Congratulations. Pick up a coffee. This Putin must be very interesting. I mean, after all these people saying that he's a devil and stuff like that, I'm beginning to think twice about this. I mean, would the devil sponsor some bunch of Africans to go and have free accommodation and scholarship and stuff like that? This is crazy. I think there's a level of lack of respect as well for Nigeria. As much as we make clap for Vladimir Putin, why wouldn't you sponsor your kid for transportation? I mean, they've already given them an opportunity to study. Why can't you just send the money? Now, apparently, Nigeria is going through some financial difficulties and they have to reallocate the money into HIV programs. That's one of the biggest. There are many other things, but HIV programs is one of the biggest issues right now. And of course, with Donald Trump cutting AIDS to Africa, many Africans have gotten a rude awakening. They realize that, actually, we should be looking after our own people. Actually, we should be budgeting for people with HIV to have medication. Actually, we should have been budgeting for hospital cost needs and not let America do it for us. And especially because we don't necessarily agree with America every time. Because America sends you money so you can vote for them when it comes to the United Nations. I mean, I can't be sending you money for your shit old country. I'm sorry about that. I just had to throw it in there. Yeah. For you, at the end of the day, in the United Nations, not to vote for me. Remember when they asked people to vote against Russia when they went to Ukraine? Many of the African nations walked out of the room. They couldn't vote against Russia because they have a good relationship with Russia. And historically, consciously, Russia has never done anything negative to African people. Now you're being told you have to vote against Russia. What do? Many Africans refuse, and that's when the policies of America changes. They say, you know what, we're not sending anything to you until you actually align yourself to us. Now, Nigeria has to reallocate the money to HIV and some other things. But also, we know the corruption in Nigeria. So people use a lot of money into their own benefit. That's why you see people call each other Oga, chairperson, boss. How do you think there's a disparity between some people that have a lot of money and some people are very poor? It makes no sense. I mean, the Nigerians that are big and that song is just great. Anyway, I like it. Why do you think you see that? You see that because it's outside Nigeria. When you see it in Nigeria, you also have to ask yourself the question, if you see some people that look like they're throwing money, how come there are so many poor people that need some money from a Chinese man? Why are the police getting money from the Chinese man? There must be something that is not normal. It's like a group of people throwing money around and a group of people begging from the Chinese. The police, it makes no sense. Why? Because some government people are misusing the money. Now, congratulations to Nigeria or Russia. It's crazy. We currently have about 32,000 Africans enrolled in Russian university and about 2,000 are from Nigeria. But Vladimir Putin wants to elevate that number. Now, there's one politician from Nigeria that said one of the reasons why they cut the funding is because they heard of some Nigerian going to Russia to study. They are then sent to drone building companies where they build drones for Ukraine and stuff like that. Well, if somebody get an opportunity, a scholarship to get a job, to work in a factory, doesn't mean he's being sent to war. Not necessarily. It just means he's making extra money. So they say that's one of the reasons why they're not sending the money for accommodation and transportation. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make sense. I mean, if you're going to stop them for doing something you don't like, then just say don't go for scholarship to that country, right? So you can't just put the money away and then say we're not sending the money because some of the kids are going to build drones for Ukraine. Or maybe you actually took that money to use it for yourself and there's justification for you so you don't pay that money is okay, we're not sending that money because some of the kids are going to build drones for Ukraine. Well, why do you care if those people, I mean, students can have side jobs, can they? Right? Students sometimes are waitresses, right? In distant countries. Now that's what it is. Russia said you can come, you can get the visa very easily. The fellowship is available for 220 Nigerians for now. They want to raise it to 32,000. Pick up a coffee. Yeah. Oh, before you leave, drop a comment. We need your comment. It costs you nothing, but we like it. We feel appreciated. Let's get this going. God bless.